Hey crafty family, it's me, and today I'm going to do a quick walkthrough or flip through or whatever you call it of the flip books that I made for the swap in my Patreon group for my patrons. I swapped with two people because we had an uneven amount of people at one point, and then we ended up with an even amount later on or whatever. I don't know how that worked, but some of us have two partners. I am one of them. So I did two flip books, and these are the completed flip books. I will put this video up after I sent these to their owners. Yeah. So let's start with, we'll start with this one here. This is the kind of steampunky vintage, steampunk slash vintage. And it's got this tattered piece of sari that goes around it a couple of times. Like a lot of times. I don't even know how to get it off. I may have to fix some of these. Some of the little, the strings of the sari ribbon get caught on things. So I may have to like go around and kind of trim some of these little stringy bits off. But anyway, I like it all tattered, but it kind of gets caught on things. Anywho, whatsoever, this is the cover. La-ta-dee-da. It's got a little dangly rusty safety pin with little beads on it. It's got a vintage photo. It's got a rose and some metal pieces, and this one is very thick because I used a lot of metal stuff in here, because it is steampunk, so you kind of got to use metal. So it's extremely thick and does not want to close, so oh well. So then you open it, and here is a key, skeleton key, and the keyhole that it goes in. So that's the lock and the key together, and there they are. And then you open it here, and you've got your flip book. And we'll start over here. Over here, we've got a belly band that is housing a little miniature little journal with some book pages that have been sprayed and dyed to be kind of vintagey. That's on that little flip. And then you flip this up, and you've got 3 light bulbs hanging over this steampunk cat, which I just thought was cute. And then you pull on this. This is what I mean. This is why it's so bulky, because it's got like metal pieces that are 3-dimensional. And you pull that open. And inside, it has a couple little doodads, a little metal filigree, a gear, and that goes into that little pocket. And then over here, we have a little pocket that has some little bits in it. And they have some chipboard gears that I painted. Then it flips open this way, and there are some word, little quotes or whatever that they can cut apart, and they're self-sticky. So if they cut them apart, they'll stick. And then there are some photographs here. Just some vintage photos and stuff in this little tuck spot. And then there's a little spot here. And this, I put the leftover bits that because they were just kind of cool looking, that I used for the different elements. You know, I would trim them off. And I figured I'd stick them in there because they're still kind of cool and they could be used for something. So I figured I'd stick them in there. And then there's a little doodad. So they can be used for just scrap or using on it to make embellishments for little bits and whatnot. So there's that. And then, and then there's this. Now on the whole background here, if you haven't noticed on this, it's a pipe system. And it leads through the whole thing and connects through the whole thing. So just so you know that that's going on. Oh, my little notebook fell out. Anywho whatsoever. What was I doing? Oh, looking through the envelope. This little envelope has like gears and little bits in it. All kinds of little pieces. And then this hasn't had a magnet that connected it, but because this got bulky, like if I take this out, the magnet, well, it's still bulky. I guess it ain't gonna connect. It's too bulky. It ended up being too bulky. Anywho, come on, get in there. And then we've got the paper doll whose arms move, and she comes out and she's got Velcro and Velcro on her back, and so that she could be taken out and put separately somewhere or what have you. And then all you gotta do is feel for the first Velcro piece and just go boink, and she pops right back in, and once again is Velcro stuck on there. And then you flip this down, and you've got this little flip down piece, which is just that with a picture glued to it, and then for tuck spot right there, just a couple little ephemera pieces stuck in there. Also the same thing here, a little pocket. My pipes continue in the background. Little bits. And then over here, this belly band is housing a couple tags and a gear. And then here's some of the leftover. When I made the little book that's in the belly band over on this side, and I dyed the papers, here's the leftover strips that I had cut off. I figured they can use them. I like to use leftover strips, so I figured, well, why not? I'd add those in. Why not? Gotta finagle that in. Okay, then you flip this up, and it's got these ladies here and a couple little sentiments. And then it's got a clock and the gears spin. Then you pull that down, and it's got a pocket here, and the pipes, of course, finish off. A couple little cards. And I believe that's it. Yeah. So that's my flip book. That's the Steampunk flip book. This one is very, it's so full that you literally have to like force it closed, which is kind of redonkulous. But what are you going to do? Gotta kind of force it closed. And when you close it, you gotta be careful not to crush the flower, which I think I have done. I tried not to, but I've crushed it. What are you gonna do? And then after you wrap it around a few times, you just tie it. And there it is. And then there is the pink one, which is the complete opposite of that one. This one has just, it wraps around twice. And it's got a very girly and pink and sparkly cover with flowers. It says sunshine and all that good stuff. And then you flip it open. It's the same base as the other one, so it does the exact same thing. So you flip it open, and the first thing you flip is this photograph here. You flip it up, and like on the other one, this is where the lock and the key was, where on this one it's got a flip up. It's got a little quote there, and then it's got a little tuck spot, and underneath it's got this lady carrying a black poodle and walking a pink poodle. It's got an envelope, and then it's also got some sentiments, and this here, which is a sticker, actually. These are all stickers, actually. You can cut these out, and then that's a sticker. And then this little envelope is just a vellum envelope, and I accidentally put the butterfly on upside down, but I just say it's supposed to be that way. It's just a fancy envelope, and it's upside down. It's got a background of an ATC they can make into an ATC. And then it's got one of my completed ATCs. And then it's got another little sentiment. over here, it's got a book just like the other one had with different painted papers that have pink and stuff on it. And then a little place to journal, and then a little quote in the front. And then a couple little butterfly pictures, and then a sparkly butterfly here. And then you open it up, and over here it's got one of my fabric strips, one of my boho fabric strips, except this is the one that was pink and purple. I thought it looked good there. It flips up to reveal a tuck spot, which under there's a couple pieces of ephemera. And then there is a magnetic strip right here, and on that magnetic strip is a little safety pinned little star embellishment thing. And you could take the safety pin off. It's not really necessary, and they can glue it on something else or use it for something else. And then a tag, which, oh, you know what I need to do? I need to put a thing on the tag, but that's the watercolor tag that I made. And there's also hooked on there as well, there's this little safety pin with a thingamabobber on there, which I stick all the way up there. And then there's like a little waterfall section, and with 3 envelopes, and this envelope has some, the rest of this, because I had to cut it, so this has the rest of this here on it. I put it in there, they can make an embellishment out of it. And that flips up and it says believe in yourself, and then here's a spirograph sparkled that I made. And this flips up to reveal another envelope that has some little doodads in it. It's got a scrap piece of fabric from the doll that I made over there. So it's just got little scraps in it. Little things, little bits. Little happy bits. And then the third one has some little sentiments and some tickets and some little ephemera pieces in the third one. Come on now. Okay, and then to get this all back together, all you do is slip this back up the safety pin. Put this back under here and snap the thing in place. And this one's also got a paper doll. Same thing. This one's got more pink on. There's that fabric I used that the sample piece was in the envelope. That's her. I don't know what possessed me to make paper dolls for them, but I did. And then over here is a magnet that holds this on. And that opens to a tuck spot and a little journaling spot. And then over here is a little spot here that has a tile that says do what you love. And a little quote here. And this gets tucked there. And then when you open this, it opens like so to another little quote that says, wherever you go, leave a heart print. And then you open that and open that. And then you get another of those little embellishments. And then under here is like a sparkly fairy surprise. And this was laying in there. And that is it. Isn't they cute? And so, yep. Well, that's it for that. I hope you enjoyed this. That was my flip through of my little flip books. And I hope my partners really like them because I worked really hard on them. Which they know, I think, because I did it on film for the most part, or not on film, but in a live stream for the most part. And so they've seen, I think, most of it. But the final reveal, this will go, if you're seeing this, it's because they both got their flip books by now to see the final result. If you're interested in joining the Patreon, joining my Patreon and being in the patron group that I have, it's a Facebook group that's just for my Patreon patrons, people that are supporting my channel financially every month, uh, ranging from $5 and up. You can be in the group, and in the group we have swaps every month and all kinds of good stuff. So if you're interested, the links are down below in the description, along with a link to my regular Facebook group, which is free to everybody, the Pink Poodle Pack Creative Crafty Playground. Check that out. Join that. That's a lot of fun there. We do challenges every month and everybody shares their art. Awesome. It's a lot of fun. So anyway, please give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, share this video if you wouldn't mind. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Make sure you do what you love and love what you do and be nice to people. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.